Yes, Samiullah Belwandi, my friend Sandesh Prabhudesai, and also my friend Asif. We have been friends for much long time. I'm really happy to share this time with you. At the same time, I am thankful to my friend Sandesh for locating our situation. I have been looking for, since I took it on me after my master's in philosophy of science, do a PhD between science and religion, and happened to be the first Indian to do this at that time. I was not aware. But the point, it was just a choice. The point I am trying to tell you was, I was looking for a term. And I found from the Sanskrit tradition, the Hindu tradition, Sangam, coming together, a confluence of two. And that has been part of my writings for a long time. My second book, I have 8 books. My second book is on, I use the word Milan, the Milan of science and religion. So that's what, frontiers of Sangam I was saying, but the Milan of science and religion. There I was talking about technology, genetic engineering and all kinds of computer and what we see now, internet and things like that. And so bringing religion together with the modern science. I recall this because I want to think the Milan logic. How can we think together? Because today most of our thinking is oppositional. Either you are this or that, black or white. This kind of thinking has brought us where our friend Sandesh has presented us. Milan is a relational thinking. It is a thinking with. I think with you. I be with you. It is being together. And that's why, perhaps, why did we come to this point? To understand our own self, I thought maybe I want to use 3 important words which are going to trigger little thoughts. First is called biopolitics. It happened with modernity, and this biopolitics is a word coined by Michel Foucault, who thinks that power operates on our bodies. In various ways it operates. In the olden days, our bodies had to be disciplined by dresses. Bodies, I as a priest, you can see, what do I dress? Everything has to be disciplined. So he talks about, 3 internal spaces, like school, prison, and hospital. People were kept apart and watched over. So there was a surveillance politics, looking over people. And that's watch-keeping or, oculus, looking at people, made people behave. This was biopower. Doctors are having power over your body. They are the experts. The gaze of the doctor, the gaze of the expert, and various ways this gaze then got internalized. And we started, we have to escape the gaze. Today, the gaze is everywhere. So politics also changed. Because I am under a watch, because I am using a smartphone. There is no hiding place under this sun. So we don't need internal spaces today. So what has happened is psychopolitics. It is controlling our mind. Now the power is over the mind, not over the body. Once it was over a body, it has come now on the mind. And therefore, we are challenged to self-discipline ourselves. Earlier it was people who were disciplining. Today, if we don't do, we get sucked into several types of, on the internet, on a smartphone. We simply get into all this. And so-called WhatsApp University may manipulate us. And as a result, what is growing is ignorance. And ignorance is passed on as knowledge. That is where we need critical awareness, which is part of our Hindu tradition, even Islamic tradition, Christian tradition. All of us want light. And this light is jnana, knowledge. And we need to, so that this kind of politics is moving towards something else. Today we call it necropolitics. Necropolitics is administrating death. And therefore we don't administrate life. Biopolitics was looking after life. Today we decide which life has to live and which life is disposable. This is the world we are in right now, and India is marching towards that. If you look at the so-called NRC and all those, so people are overnight decided as disposable. This is necropolitics, where politics is done over life and death of people. And so from there, the power is over our death. Who will die and who will live, politics decides. And at this point, Goenkarpon Morta also is Goenkarpon disposable? And will we allow it to die? As he pointed out. The coming of this type of politics has a symptom. And the symptom is immunological thinking. Now, who is good for Goa? Immunity of Goa. Who is good for India? This kind of thought processes are come. This community is bad for the immunity of Hinduism or immunity of Goenkar, because these are migrants. So this is immunological thinking. We are thinking in this direction. And because we are immunologically thinking, we are separating, segregating, even disposing, perhaps, many communities. These thoughts are not mine, by the way. This, what I call psychopolitics, is done by one German, Korean thinker, staying in German, Byung-Chul Han. And necropolitics is by a South African thinker, Mumbange, I am not able to pronounce his name so well. It's an African name. And so what I am trying to say, we have to dehumanize ourselves. You see, there were the so-called, what we had, the disease, we were thinking about our immunity. We are guarding ourselves. COVID time. So now is the time to dehumanize us. Milan is dehumanizing event. We all can come together. That's why I wanted this thought, the logic of Sangam and the logic of Milan, because they are both de-immunological. We are not afraid of the other because the other will poison me, other may infect me. There is no fear. And therefore there is togetherness. And so the logic of Milan is intermingling. And we want all of us to intermingle. Everybody, without any discrimination. That will make the whole life into an Eid, a festival. We Goans like to live life like a festival. At least I enjoy my Goanness as a festival all the time. Stay positive, stay kind of open. And this openness perhaps will open new horizons for us to explore, to even grow together. The other is not an enemy, the other is a friend. And this way, if we consider each one of us, perhaps we may be able to save Goa, save India. And as pointed out by my friend Sandesh, that we Goans have a responsibility to direct, guide, become light to our Mother India and the rest of Indians. And if we take it upon ourselves today to build harmony in a world which is dividing all the time, building walls all the time, it is important for us to build bridges. It's important for us to stay together and bring everyone on our side. Maybe, as he said, politically too, we may have to come together once again after the opinion poll. This is the next step to save Goenkarpon, to save our own culture, to save our goodness, to save our embrace. Our embrace is becoming small. Let us expand this embrace and get everyone together. God bless you.